And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Humane Society, Krystle Noble back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm enjoying this really nice, gloomy, cloudy day.
It's kind of a nice change of pace. Where's my red pen, sweetie? Can I have it back? You can have this one. Okay. Sorry, this is my crutch. I hold this, and I feel a little weird when I don't have it in my hand.
It's his whoopee.
It is. It kind of is my whoopee. It is. I'm not going to lie. So I'm off kilter till I get my pen in my hand, and I'm good to go.
Do you know what it is, honestly? It's a smoker's thing.
It probably is, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've done this, like, my whole radio career. I've had to have, like, I used to have a barrel in my hand, and I would play with it, and a barrel, I should clarify, one of those stress balls that you would get, but mine was from like one of the oil and gas companies, so it was shaped like an oil barrel. So I would sit there and play with it and hold it, and that was kind of my crutch. And then somebody broke it one day, and I did a whole Gestapo thing trying to find out who broke my barrel, and once we did, we punished them severely. And
Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, but it's now transitioned to a pen that I hold.
Got it.
And so it is my crutch. So rather than y'all learn about my weird idiosyncrasies, let's learn about the Roswell Humane Society.
Well,
how's things going?
We have the police department are out looking for 2 arsenic.
Someone's like putting arsenic in.
Sorry, not arsenic. Arsonist. Thank you.
Oh.
Coffee has not kicked in yet. Sorry.
Fires. Not poisoning.
Yes.
Okay,
fires.
I thought you were telling me there's like someone's going around poisoning pets. I'm like, are you kidding me?
No, fires. Yesterday morning around midnight, somebody set fire to one of the outside sheds on the thrift store, which is connected to us there by the quarantine area of the dogs.
Oh, no. Do you think it's like homeless getting out of hand, or do you think it was deliberate?
It was deliberate because we saw him on camera walk up, set the fire, and walk off to the park.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was someone camping back there or something and got out of hand. Or
No, it was deliberate.
Oh,
It is on camera. Police have identified one of them.
Okay, so maybe we can get some closure on this one.
The other one was not close enough in camera range to get a full facial.
Well, you get one, and then you catch them, and hopefully they give up the other person. That's usually how that works in those scenarios. But at least you got leads and some kind of trail to follow. So, but I'm guessing this person may have done this at other places and stuff. It's a serial thing, or
possibly.
Okay.
From what the cop said, he recognizes him as a new homeless person.
Okay.
Not 100% sure, like on how new and
but
why.
New to this area.
Why he recognizes him.
Not on the radar of the police before.
Yeah.
Basically.
But right around 12:05 a.m., he walks up like he's looking for something, but goes in between the 2 storage units, kneels down, sets fire underneath the storage shed, and then just walks off.
Wow. Was there significant damage or anything, or anybody hurt or nothing? Everything's okay?
Not damage to any of the animals. All the animals are perfectly fine.
Okay.
But because of the severity of the locks, we have to keep people from breaking the locks. The fire department had to use the jaws of life to open the shed to make sure the fire wasn't inside the shed.
Gotcha.
Because of how bad the smoke was, they could not tell where the fire was actually coming from. They thought it was the entire building. That's how bad it was smoking.
Oh, wow.
So
it's probably some smoke damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The smoke damage, water damage, and then all of the stuff that was in the shed because of the amount of water they had used to put the fire out was damaged too. So
I imagine whatever donations that were going to go for sale in that room are probably, most of that's not usable now.
Right.
Either because it's burnt or suffered from smoke damage or water damage or something like that. So that's unfortunate. But it could have been worse.
It really could have been worse. And I'm glad that 2 officers pulled in the parking lot to do a speed trap because they're the ones that noticed the smoke.
Okay. So it was responded to pretty quickly, which probably saved a lot of more damage from being done. So good. But pretty scary, isn't it? That and you don't understand the logic there, because at the end of the day, what are you doing?
Why are you starting fires to
It's a place that's
buildings?
Helping people, that's helping animals, that's helping people, that's helping a lot of. There's nothing nefarious going on there. I mean, obviously, this is probably a mental health related thing where this person's something's not firing right there, and in their head this logically makes sense. But hopefully they catch this person pretty quick, and hopefully before he decides to do this somewhere else that could do more damage, and maybe cause actual harm to somebody. We don't want that happening.
Yeah, if the cops wouldn't have pulled in the parking lot, it might have engulfed enough to where it would have gotten towards the animals.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way the shed is it's 3 feet away from the main outside fence, and then it's the back part of the dogs.
Wow.
So it was less than 20 feet away from the dogs.
Man. Well, thank God it didn't get to where that situation and it was wrapped up. But in the meantime, be on the lookout. Be vigilant around you, especially if you live in that area. I'm guessing, I don't know if this guy lives in that area or if it was but regardless, if you live in the area around the kennels and the thrift store there on East McGaffey or any blocks around that area there, just be a little more vigilant. Watch out what's walking around your neighborhoods and doing stuff around there and seeing. And if anything that doesn't feel right or look right, call the police. Let them sort it out. This is how neighborhood watch works. Really, this is things like this is where neighborhood watches can come in, because I'm sure this person probably is out and about and has his little haunts that he visits and things, and we can catch him. So, and hopefully we can stop him from doing this again, or at least find out what happened this time. Is there a reason behind this, or is he just not stable, or is this like someone who wanted to adopt a dog and wasn't allowed to and now is mad? I don't know,
Or it could be one of the multiple people that we run off numerous times for stealing the stuff outside.
That'd be it too, where they, they're making it too hard for them to steal from it, so they get mad and try to burn. Maybe he was trying to get in. Maybe he thought in his logic that lighting it on fire would create an opening where he could get in. I mean, I don't know what the logic is. There could be a number of 1,000 things, but either way, none of them are good for the reason this happened. So please be vigilant about this and for your own safeties as well. And if you live in those areas, and who knows, maybe he's a pyromaniac. Maybe he gets off on watching it and he's just going to wait, oh, that didn't do it. I'm going to go burn something else. And it could be your house or statue or shed or whatever. So
could be Yoshi's shed.
Yeah, exactly. So. But other than that bad news, how's everything else on the?
Everything is good.
Good.
Other than that setback yesterday, we're open. We're operating. The shed is on the exterior part, so
doesn't hamper business.
No.
Good. That's good. Just cost you some potential income from donations if people were nice enough to say, "Hey, I got furniture and clothing," and that stuff's now all ruined, unfortunately. So I guess that means, what about donations right now? Does that hamper storage and stuff? Should they hold off on bringing stuff?
I would have them call and talk to Camilla ahead of time, just because that is one of the main areas that when they get some of the stuff that's overflow, they store it there until, something sells and they can pull it out and put
or
it
if it's
up.
a seasonal item, they keep it there until it's seasonally appropriate to bring it out.
Christmas, Easter, etc.
Yeah.
Call down, talk to Camille. She'll tell you whether she has room for anything large or small, just until we can get that fixed and back in operation of working. Her husband, Daniel, was working on it yesterday, trying to get the door fixed so that way it can open and close. So.
Okay. Well, with a little less storage there, that means if folks come down and start buying the stuff on the shelves now, that can free up more room to put some of these other things back on those shelves. And so they can collect more donations and make more money. For folks that aren't aware, the thrift store supports the Humane Society. And what do I mean by supporting? Pays for the utility bills, pays for vet bills for the animals. It pays for grooming or food, litter, all the things needed to
cleaning supplies, vaccinations,
to maintain a pet, all of that stuff. When you go and donate your furniture or go and buy your microwave or clothing or things from there, all that money goes directly back to helping save these pets. So it's kind of their catch-all. I mean, obviously, you get some monies earmarked from various sources, whether it's grants or United Way or whatever type things. But that money is earmarked for specific things, or there's not enough of it.
Unfortunately, there's never enough money in this world, but every penny counts.
So the thrift store is really that saving grace for the Humane Society. That's that one area where people come in, shop. You got the regular customers.
That is an actual constant.
Yeah, and so the income that's generated from that is probably the main reasons why they're able to make sure these pets find homes. So by you coming and getting a deal on some artwork or furniture or something that you found pennies on the dollar there, yeah, you win by getting a cool thing at a cheap price, but you're actually helping and doing a great thing to help pets in our community here. And unfortunately, we need more people doing stuff like this because there's enough of the people doing what that other guy did out there that combat or mess up the good stuff that's going on. So killing them with kindness is the way to combat that, by coming back and saying, oh, yeah, okay, well, we're going to come back and donate more. We're going to come back and sell more. We're going to come back and find more homes for animals and things like that. That's how we combat that.
Or Sean's favorite saying, throw a pebble of kindness into a pond of nonsense.
Yeah.
What, is that it?
Something like that. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I hear it in the mornings. Throw a pebble of kindness into a pond of nonsense or something. I'm like, where did you come up with that?
I was on a milk jug one time. Actually, it was under a Snapple bottle when you open up the Snapple.
I was going to say, missing person. Throw a pebble of nonsense.
Yeah.
That's more interesting.
Yeah. Milk carton marketing. But anyway, but yeah, come out and so even if maybe you live in a spot where it's not ideal for you to have a dog. Maybe you live in an apartment or you don't have a fenced-in yard. Love pets and things. One way to support is through the thrift store there, by coming and making purchases, donating when you can, and when you have things that are worth donating to. Don't forget the thrift store is not your junk disposal place either. If it's serviceable things, clothing is wonderful. Love clothing and all that, but if the clothing is you're getting rid of it because it's holey or just worn out, then it's probably not good for somebody else either. Now, if you're donating because I don't like green or this thing shrunk on me, anything like that, then please
the
come
wash
on.
machine and dryer hate me.
Yeah, exactly. Then by golly, donate it on in. We can. And if you're looking for clothes, by the way, a lot of people donate brand new for that shrinking reason I keep talking about. They didn't put it in the wash machine yet, and the thing shrunk on them. So they bring them back a lot of time with tags still on them, things like that. So
we actually, they have actually a lot of brand new like summer dresses still that have the tags. They still have a ton of them that are hanging up, and they have them like hanging on the wall. So that way, like when you walk in, you just see like all these pretty dresses. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
And some designer purses, the Michael Kors knockoffs, Gucci knockoffs. They've got a ton of those right now.
Sometimes
so I think
the real
somebody's
ones too.
small store at the flea market closed, and I think they donated all of that stuff to us.
Well, that's nice of them. That's great because every little penny helps and all that. And occasionally you see not just the knockoffs, but the real Michael Kors and Coach bags and all that stuff.
I have personally bought one Michael Kors purse from the thrift store and one Coach purse from the thrift store.
Next time you get the Michael Kors bug, Kim, go over there instead of Dallas. It saves me a lot of money.
I'm all just text. I will tell.
But and another thing, now we're getting into summer and people think about vacations and stuff. But here in about a month, kids are going to think about going to college or going back to college, and things like coffee pots and microwaves and beanbag chairs and just dorm furniture type.
These things are so comfortable.
Yeah, and they're getting more advanced actually. Like some of them, like back in the day, all they had was those ones with those little white thingies that would always leak and end up all over your floor at some point. Now they got like way more advanced ones with weird scientific-y, foamy stuff. And
I don't know. Old school beanbags are the best beanbags.
Yeah.
They hurt when you knock somebody down with them, and then when you throw them on the floor and lay on them, they're still just as comfortable.
That's right. You take a beat and keep on being comfy. But anyway, if you're looking for that kind of stuff, that's a great resource for that, because you can go buy it brand new and pay hundreds of dollars, or find it and pay pennies on the dollar on that amount.
They've always got tons of coffee pots. They always get Keurigs. They get even the Mr. Coffee or God, I can't remember the name of the other one.
Nespresso or what? There's a couple of those brands.
Yeah, it's one of the more popular brands. I can't think of the name of it. It's right up there with Keurig.
Nespresso, Braun. I'm trying to think. Anyway, I know what you're talking about.
It's one of them.
Okay.
But they get a ton of those. They always have like microwaves, toaster ovens, a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Small
bedding stuff, like if you want like
sheets, blankets, curtains, pillowcases. If they get a set donated, they tape it together, write the size on it, so it's all together in one piece. They always have a ton of blankets, comforters, sheets, curtains, curtain rods, kitchen sets, like plates, cookware, all of that.
A lot of that's the stuff, like if you get your college scholarships and things, a lot of that doesn't cover that stuff. So you can, and so that's the stuff that kind of makes you able to eat something other than ramen for a meal while you're in college.
5 years of your college life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It really, and to be honest, college kids dog that stuff out. I don't care. There's no point in getting them the most expensive, nice thing brand new. It just isn't, because it'll get trashed. If it lasts 4 years, that's amazing. If it lasts 2 semesters, then you call it a win. All I'm saying is that stuff gets trashed. It's college. College kids do college things, and it's fun, and they do stuff. And so things like coffee pots and microwaves get broken easily and stuff. So don't go spend hundreds of dollars on new ones. Go to the thrift store, get it for pennies on the dollar, and then when they decide to use it as an anchor for something and it breaks, then you're not so mad.
Or a science experiment,
Right.
You know, why you cannot heat a metal fork up with your ramen noodles in the microwave. If it's a convection oven, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But you have to turn it on convection and not regular microwave, because it'll still blow up.
Yeah, that would be bad. But either way, that happens.
Those things are always plentiful at the thrift store. Clothes are always plentiful at the thrift store. That's their number one selling item, is clothing. They always have a lot of good sales every day of the week. You know, they have the whiteboard. They write something special on the board for whatever the sale of the day is. They still do the senior day, 20% off. The military veterans day.
Great.
20% off. And then I don't remember what the third one was.
They used to have like the just like the bag sales or whatever kind of thing too.
Trying to think.
Seniors
Day, veterans and active duty, and then it was Saturday board sale.
Ah, there you go, the board sale on Saturdays.
So
BOARD, not BORED, just for point of reference for people. It's like, that doesn't sound exciting. A board sale? No, BOARD.
Yeah.
Like
whatever
board of
is
directors
written on the right board,
on the board
is whatever the sale of that day is. But and they've been doing sales on Wednesdays too, because they've had a lot of clothing donated. So a lot of the sales lately have been on clothes. Because they get that donated more. That's the biggest item that's donated, and that's the biggest item that sells. But also, it's easy to go and get, kids' school clothes for $30 at the thrift store. When you go to Walmart, that only covers a pair of pants and maybe a shirt.
No, by the way, they're probably going to outgrow it in 6 months anyway.
Or if that.
Yeah. So why spend the brand new prices when you can get, and because what happened is you get some of those clothes brand new or practically brand new. The kid wore it once or twice and outgrew it. So now they donate it back. So now you get a pair of slacks or jeans or shorts or something for a kid that pay pennies on the dollar. And you're still going to get 6 months out of it because your kid grows, but it's sure better paying $5 for a pair or $3 for a pair of shorts instead of paying $20, $30 for a pair of shorts.
Right. And typically, like, all the clothes that they have in the baskets are 50 cents a piece.
Oh, see, I'm eyeballing it on them.
So if you go and you get 5 pairs of shorts, that's $2.50.
Mm-hmm. So you could barely buy us 2 sodas for that now.
You can't even buy 2 sodas for that. You can go get 1 soda for $2.49.
Yeah.
And that's if you get the small.
Yeah.
That's not even the good size.
Not even the 20-ounce jobber. Yeah.
Nope.
So, exactly. That's the point. And then, again, that money you just spent goes back to make sure those animals have food, their vets' bills are taken care of, making sure there's plenty of cleaning supplies to clean out the stalls and things like that. Making sure they got treats and fun things to do as well. That's what that money goes towards. So, another way to help out
is becoming
a member, and anything and anybody, your kids, your pets, the family, grandma, Uncle Lou, the weird uncle, all of them can become members of the Humane Society.
If you want to give somebody a gift who has everything that you don't know what to give them, sign them up for a membership.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course that. You guys do have annual meetings and things, so you do get involved in some of the process of running the Humane Society. But really, your membership supports the continued financially side of making sure these things keep going. And you get newsletters and you get all that stuff. But so there's perks. But really, the perk is you want to support animals in our community, and this is the best way to do it by becoming a member. Another great way to support is donating. Maybe you're like, well, I don't have any money, I don't have any coffee pots, but I got dog food, I got toys, I've got litter, I've got that stuff. Then bring it on by.
Yeah, just call us ahead of time. Let us know you're coming, so that way we can be prepared to help you unload it if you need help unloading it.
Mm-hmm.
Cat litter is always a must that we need all the time. Trash bags, because we got to carry the stuff out.
Absolutely.
33-gallon, 13-gallon trash bags. Those are what we use more commonly. Bleach,
pine salt, mops,
Dawn,
brooms, all those things are very useful.
Because we use the parvicide chemicals for cleaning of the dogs in the cat cages. But that chemical also, eats through our cleaning materials, our scrub brushes.
So you go through it faster than probably a household would.
Yes, we would. And plus, we're scrubbing concrete floors and walls and chain links. So those aren't typically made to scrub those kind of things. They're made to scrub tile and linoleum. And
they're not cleaning up Cheerio spills either. It's all waste.
It is.
Or hair or a combination thereof.
Yes. So, they're put through a vigorous cleaning, and it's not that they get used once or twice a week.
Yeah.
They get used 7 days a week,
all
throughout the day. So
I would imagine, cleaning's a multi-time a day thing at that place. Just
and
because that's
laundry
the nature
soap.
of it.
That's something else that we use quite a bit too, because we wash the bedding of the dogs, the blankets.
Okay. Do you have a preference on liquid powder, pods, or any of that stuff?
Just the powder.
Just the cheap, buy the big box of Tide or. Well, I say cheap. Ajax or whatever. Tide's a little
Arm
higher.
& Hammer.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the powder.
I love Tide, but it's like 10 times the price of every other detergent out there. Everybody ever notice that?
Yeah. Just the powder, because it does not residue inside the bedding as much.
Yeah.
And so it's less likely to cause an irritant with any of the animals.
Gotcha. So it's more, I don't know if it's hyperallergenic or whatever the term is there, but yeah, it's softer, gentler for the pets.
It is.
Cool. Very good. Speaking of pets, how's the adoptions? How are we looking as far as
doing good.
Supply of pets that are looking for homes?
Our supply is full.
Yeah.
We've got all of the kittens are now officially up for adoption. They have reached their weight.
Oh, good.
So we have a Siamese that has not been looked at yet, a gray and white tabby, and I think the other one is solid gray, like a blue Russian.
Okay.
The other 2 out of the 5 have been already pre-adopted. They're fixing to head out the door.
Good for them.
We have the Chihuahua puppies are finally at weight and up for adoption.
So anybody been looking to bring a little Chihuahua home to the family?
They're right about 14 weeks old now.
Okay. So then they're just of size or weight to be able to go home and live a regular life with the family there. So cool.
And medium, large dogs, we got plenty of those in stock. In stock. That sounds horrible. God.
But it kind of is that way, though.
Our stock of the day is, that sounds really horrible. But we still have Molly. She's the one that we got, which was in very, very poor condition.
Yeah.
Weighed 37 pounds when she came in. She's a very healthy 56-pound little girl who loves people. Like,
Good.
She just has this personality. Even though she was treated so horribly, she does not hold that against anybody. She does not meet a stranger. She loves every person that walks out there. And
sometimes you get that where, it's like domestic violence victims. They build their walls and things. Animals do the same thing. And so that's kind of a little uncommon to see where someone that's a pet that's been through that much turmoil and comes through on the other side not impacted physically or emotionally as much as one would think. That being said, I'm sure that dog will be a great family dog and home. And if the more love you provide it, the more bonding and the more tight-knit that dog will be with your family.
I'm pretty sure she's going to be like the world's best dog that you've ever owned.
Yeah.
You find the people that come back with the stories that, I adopted this dog from here 25 years ago and that was the best dog ever.
Yeah.
This is going to be that dog for somebody to tell the story.
So if you're looking for a real companion dog, like one, even like you always see those stories of like that single person that takes their dog everywhere and goes mountain climbing and bike riding. I feel like this dog might be one of those dogs that does all that stuff.
We actually, Uma, which was the middle-aged healer corgi mix that I talked about last time.
Yeah.
She did get adopted by a gentleman who lives in between Hondo and Ruidoso in a small little bitty town. Well, he's a cattle rancher. So she gets to go with him on the UTV every single day to go check the cattle.
Nice.
And he's like, at first I wasn't sure how she was going to do. He goes, but shoot, she saw the ATV, hopped up in, sat down and said, let's ride.
Yeah, right? They're like, this is fun. Let's do it.
So,
tongue hanging out, just having a good time.
You know, and his son was so happy because he was worried about his dad living up there by himself.
Right.
And his older dog had recently passed away. Well, she just moved right in, fit right in, and just acted like she'd been there her whole life.
That's cool. I love that. I love when those stories happen.
Polly is going to be just like that.
So come check out Polly this weekend.
Yes.
Come see if Polly would be a perfect fit for your family. So
super sweet, super loving. She's not big. You know, she's probably that tall from paws to shoulders.
So about 2.5 feet maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And happy, just loves everybody. Super, super sweet.
Good. Very cool. So please come see Polly today. Come visit. Maybe this dog will be your. How old is Polly?
She's roughly 2.5.
Okay, so young dog.
She's still very young.
Got plenty of years ahead.
Loves
still got that
tennis balls.
Good deal.
And when I mean loves tennis balls, they last about 45 minutes and they're destroyed.
We had a dog that did love tennis balls too.
Yeah. So anybody who wants to donate tennis balls for her, please, we're running low.
We're running out. Good news is they don't have to be nice ones. If you just have like the old ones that, bring those along.
If you have ones that your dogs decide that they didn't like anymore, we'll toss them in the washing machine, wash them up, and then there she goes.
There you go. Have fun. So cool.
Because they will not last long.
Good. Well, and you know what? And the thing that stinks about that is they love tennis balls, but you're thinking, well, I need to get them something tougher. And they don't want nothing to do with it.
Nope,
they want the tennis
do
ball.
not. They want the tennis ball.
Yeah, so it doesn't help. They'll sit there and that thing will just collect dust, whatever it is, and then you give a tennis ball, and then there it is, and destroyed 10 minutes later. But that's how it works.
Yep.
Any other pets we want to spotlight?
We still have the Bulldog Pups. They are coming on 7.5 months old now.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they are at full growth. They are not big. They're probably 25 pounds full grown.
Okay.
They're more legs than anything.
Okay.
Super sweet, super happy. They're all learning to walk very well on leashes, harnesses.
Okay.
So they're getting a little bit more training on going outside, walking at the park, and
so they're going to be good and people friendly by the time
they are very people friendly.
Someone's ready to take
a few of them are even so people friendly that they have the happy piddles.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Hopefully they outgrow those. They usually do.
They typically do.
Yeah. Our dog did it for about a year or two before she finally outgrew it. The piddles. She's a big dog, which is less common in the little dogs, but she did. She did. And it was the only time when she'd come home from work or get excited to meet someone new, she'd rear up on you and piddle away.
Yeah. We call that the sprinkler.
Yeah. Very good. Now, do remember that, as always, the Humane Society loves to adopt these folks, but these animals out, but they want to make sure it's to good homes. So if you want to adopt a dog from the Humane Society, they're going to check your property, make sure it's fenced in yard, making sure there's access to shelter and all the things that your dog has needs for. If it's a cat, basic, and of course, regardless of whether you get a dog or a cat, that pet will be spayed or neutered before it's calling your home. It will go directly from the kennel to the vet of your choice to be spayed or neutered, unless it's already been spayed or neutered, but then it won't. But if it needs to be spayed or neutered, that'll happen, and then you'll pick up the dog from your vet. With cats, same thing, spay and neutered, but they got to be indoor cats. You can't. They won't let you adopt cats if you're going to turn them outdoors into barn cats or things like that, because we've got enough feral cat issues in our community, and we want to keep that from happening by making sure these cats stay indoors. So that's because, let's face it, cats aren't. They're more susceptible to like if you just turn them loose out there, they're more susceptible to bugs, to diseases. To even if you feed them, they're going to eat on their own and find things they're going to eat, and sometimes they find things
supposed to eat.
Yeah, exactly, and they might eat something that they shouldn't be eating. So please understand that they want these as indoor cats. So, But if that all works kosher, please come down, meet the cats. Obviously, another point, if you do have dogs already at your home, there will be a meet and greet between this dog and your dogs to make sure your house doesn't turn into a war zone.
Yes.
When that dog gets
we
home.
want to make sure that everybody gets along on a neutral area before sending them home, because we don't want you to get home and it be World War III in your front room.
Yeah.
Now, there's going to be a scuffle here and there, and that's with any animal being welcomed into a new home.
Sure.
Because somebody has to dominate, somebody has to
It's all about territory.
Pecking order.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes you have two very submissive animals that could care one iota. So depending on, if you got a dominant and a submissive or two submissives, there might be, a scuff here or there. Yeah. But for the most part, we make sure that they're not going to shred each other on first introduction before going home.
Yeah, you want to make everything the most successful parameters possible for this adoption. So please understand that when you come by. I do want to remind folks to also go to RoswellHumane.org. That's the website. You can go there and learn more about signing up to become a member of the Humane Society. Of course, all the pets that call the Humane Society home right now, there's a picture of them up there. If you do see not available next to the picture on the picture there, that means they're in quarantine because they're making weight, or they're waiting on vaccinations, or they just came new to the facility and they're observing to make sure the pet is healthy. Anyway, there's various reasons. It does not mean they've been adopted. So if you see a pet on the website and it says not available, and you're like, oh, that's the dog, that's the cat I want, that's the one, and great, call the Humane Society, be a nice pest, but just say, hey, I saw this pet, I love it, how long, what's available, what's the story, talk about it, and keep checking in on that pet. And I tell you, the moment that pet's available, they're going to call you and say, guess what, Fluffy's ready, come get him, or come get, whatever. And that's a good thing, because they want people like you that are going to be loving, maybe even doting parents. It's a little bit for these pets. So to see that's a good sign. So
we do. And, like one of the kittens, recently that is getting adopted, which is, we named her Mcgonagall off of Harry Potter. But she's an all black cat. And really, people that are interested in all black cats, are not that many of them.
I gotcha.
So
most people think you're bad luck or something, and avoid them. Or then we've talked about what happens in the fall. So there's things in place to prevent that. But yeah.
So when we have somebody that is like, hey, you have an all black cat, we're like, but that's only normally around Halloween time that we're that super cautious.
Sure.
So this couple that is adopting the kitten has, saw her on the website the day she popped on the website, when she came in at weighing like 8 ounces.
Oh, wow.
So they have waited this entire time emailing me every other day. Hey, how's she doing? What's her weight? Blah, 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 blah. So yesterday they finally got to do paperwork.
Oh, cool.
Super happy, super excited.
Yeah,
and they're
fun.
like, we're keeping her name. And I started laughing. I was like, oh, great. Because I love Harry Potter. And so I named all the kittens after Harry Potter characters.
So that one's going to stay Mcgonagall.
She's going to stay Mcgonagall.
Cool. Good. Well, that's how the Humane Society works right there. That's called the win. That's the success. That's exactly why the Humane Society is there. That's happy. That's great.
It is, and when you email us or call us and check in, it lets us know that you truly are still interested.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, oh, hey, how's this cat? And then you don't call back. And we're like, okay, maybe you weren't so interested.
Exactly.
So,
but when you got a family that's checking in every day or every other day saying, how's Fluffy doing? And then,
right.
Yeah, it's great. So give out the phone numbers for the kennel and the thrift store.
For the kennel, it's 622-8950. And for the thrift store, it's 623-9210.
Very good. And give out the hours as well.
Kennels are Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 12 and 1 to 4:30. And the thrift store is Wednesday through Saturday, 9 to 12 and 1 to 4:30.
Very good. And come out, see the pets. Come out today, see the pets.
Yeah, today's going to be a really nice day for weather. So,
and there's another thing too. I know, like, today's probably one of those good days. But if you'd like to volunteer to help out at the shelter, interacting with the pets when days like this, when it's cooler, taking them out for walks, things like that, all that helps integrate these pets to become more
adoptable.
Yeah, more comfortable around people, which in turn makes them adopt quicker. So it's a win-win. So. Well, thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. Hopefully they catch this guy that's lighting fires over there, and he's going to spend some time behind bars for it.
Yeah. A couple of the cops said they're going to hang out around that area just to keep an eye to see if they see him lurking around.
Good. Well, thank God no one was hurt. That's the big thing at the end
Yes,
of the day.
no animals and no people.
Yeah. So, all right. It is. Thank you, Krystle. We'll see you next
You're
time.
welcome.
It's 9:56.